Okay, so there is a seismic shift rumbling through the tech world, and it's all coming to a head in April 2026. And the culprit behind this earthquake? Well, it's probably not what you're thinking. This is a story about silicone, about scarcity, and really about the soul of gaming itself. Let's break it down.
Now, I know this sounds super dramatic, but based on all the market signals and the supply chain reports we're seeing, this is the new reality. The whole era of affordable, high-end gaming, it looks like it's coming to a really abrupt and kind of painful end. The big question is, why?
Well, the answer has a name that experts are already starting to use, the RAMpocalypse. And at its core, it's a pretty simple, almost brutal conflict. You've got these massive, global data centers being built for AI, and they are just consuming every last microchip and memory module they can get their hands on. And that's leaving the gaming industry to basically fight for the scraps.
So what does this hardware siege actually look like for you, the person holding the controller or the mouse? Well, the first and most immediate hit is right to your wallet. We are seeing price hikes that honestly would have been completely unimaginable just a couple of years ago.
This is the new reality. Just take a second and look at that number. As of April 2026, this is the official retail price for the PlayStation 5 Pro. A console that was already a premium product is now straight up entering the realm of luxury goods.
And you know, it's not just the Pro model. The entire PlayStation family is seeing a massive price jump. The standard model's up $100, and both the Pro and the digital edition are up a staggering $150. Now, sources inside Sony are insisting this isn't just corporate greed. It's a direct result of that supply chain crisis. The cost of GDDR6 memory chips, which are absolutely essential for these consoles, has just skyrocketed, all because AI giants are buying them up in bulk. So, here's the really crucial point. Gaming is no longer the top priority for the big silicon manufacturers like TSMC. I mean, why would it be? They make way more money selling their high-end chips to AI companies. The entire economic model that we've known for consumer hardware has been completely flipped on its head.
So if you're a PC gamer, you might be sitting there thinking, whew, I'm safe from all these console wars. Well, unfortunately, the RAMpocalypse is actually hitting the PC building community even harder.
This chart shows you exactly what's happening. In the spring of 2026 alone, the price of both your system memory, your DRAM, and your graphics card memory, your VRAM, is projected to jump by as much as 30%. And the reason is really simple. The high bandwidth memory, or HBM, that AI absolutely craves is built on the exact same production lines, and the big cloud companies are just buying up all the manufacturing capacity.
This quote from senior hardware analyst Peter Lee, man, it really drives the point home. He says the golden age of cheap PC gaming is officially over. Gamers who own a decent motherboard and graphics card today are among the luckiest people in the tech world for the next 5 years. So yeah, the whole era of the budget-friendly build, it's over.
But look, it is not all doom and gloom. Crisis, as they say, breeds innovation. With hardware becoming a luxury item, the entire gaming industry is making this brilliant pivot. I mean, if you can't build more powerful machines, you have to build smarter software. So let's see how they're doing it.
Over at the 2026 Game Developers Conference, this revolutionary new idea totally took center stage: agentic games. And we're not just talking about NPCs with slightly better dialogue. No, we are talking about characters who are, for all intents and purposes, self-aware inside the game world. So how does this even work? It's fascinating. You, the player, do something, anything at all. A central neural net that's tied to the game analyzes that action. It then feeds that information to nearby NPCs, who then get together and coordinate a completely new, unscripted, and intelligent response. Imagine NPCs in other towns reacting to something you did hours ago, planning an ambush because they heard what you did. It means every single playthrough will be a totally unique, living experience.
This software revolution isn't just about making game worlds feel more alive. It's also about creating powerful new tools that actually help you play. And these tools are directly solving some of the challenges from the hardware crisis.
Microsoft's new Xbox Gaming Copilot is the perfect example of this. It's integrated right into the operating system. It literally sees what you see on the screen, it analyzes your inventory, and it gives you real-time personalized advice. This is the end of alt-tabbing to look up a walkthrough. The guide is now your teammate.
Of course, for us players to enjoy all these cool new software experiences, the developers first need the right tools to build them, especially when they can't just rely on everyone having the latest and greatest hardware anymore.
And that is where Epic Games comes in.
The preview for Unreal Engine 5.8 is basically a direct response to the RAMpocalypse. The whole focus is shifted to pure optimization. With its new animation framework and a new rendering API, it can get up to a 40% frame rate increase on mid-range PCs. And get this, with zero loss in visual quality. This is a total lifeline for developers in a hardware-starved world.
All right, so let's bring it all together. This hardware squeeze is, without a doubt, painful for our wallets. But it's also acting as this incredible catalyst, forcing a much-needed evolution in how games are actually made and how we experience them.
So first, the bad news. For anyone who is holding out for NVIDIA's mid-generation refresh, the RTX 50 series supermodels, they're officially delayed. And maybe forever. The production capacity at TSMC is just completely dedicated to building AI chips now. It's a direct casualty of this new reality.
But here is the good news, and it's a huge shift in thinking. NVIDIA is pouring all of its resources into a next-generation architecture that's codenamed Rubin. And the goal here is to stop rendering graphics pixel by pixel, and instead use AI to generate the image, almost like how a language model creates a sentence. This could free graphics cards from the physical limits of silicon forever.
It's the big question, isn't it? We're looking at a future with more expensive, harder-to-get hardware. But at the exact same time, we're on the cusp of the biggest leap in software intelligence the industry has ever seen. And ultimately, that's the crucial takeaway. The next 5 years might not be defined by photorealistic reflections or more polygons. Instead, the RAMpocalypse is forcing the entire industry to innovate in a totally new direction, away from brute force hardware and towards truly intelligent, dynamic, and deeply personal gaming experiences, all powered by the smartest code we've ever seen. The silicon might be scarce, but the ideas? They're limitless.